Alright folks, we start with turn 0. Now the Austrian plan today is to break out with their main force and follow their supply line right off the map. Rather than 2 wings, they're going to have 1 wing combined. Ott and O'Reilly will cross the south bridge and harry the French left. Let us begin. The Austrian breakout move has completed. We now begin with turn 1, early morning. How will the French respond? We begin with Ott. Victor responds, moving to the right.
Amidst all the excitement of an Austrian breakout, Murat rides forward.
Seeing a huge Austrian force in front of him, Linné begins pulling back. Melas opens up with an artillery barrage. Driving back, Victor's skirmishing screens.
Melas advances forward.
O'Reilly and the Austrian light troops move forward.
Napoleon cautiously moves ahead.
And now we move to mid-morning. Victor continues to fall back. Ott advances towards Marengo. Bonaparte moves his command forward and directs Mounier's division around to the French left. O'Reilly's light troops move through the orchard in the south. Lannes falls back to the heights. And Melas moves on the Austrian left. The French continue falling back as the mighty Austrian army strives forward. It's late morning, and as yet, Napoleon is uncertain where the main Austrian effort will be thrown. He orders Victor to extend the Austrian right. O'Reilly advances on the right. Napoleon orders Linné to move towards the center. Napoleon himself begins to suspect there is nothing in the Austrian center. He recalls Murat towards the center, and Rivaux's hussars arrive. And Melas continues his drive. And finally, Ott moves forward. Late morning, there is some combat. The French skirmishers fall back to the line. And in the woods to the north, the Austrians are thrown back. And now it's midday. Melas opens up with his repositioned artillery. Lannes' troops are driven back. Victor falls back from the French assault, but offers a stinging rebuke in the center. Ott presses forward. Linné pulls in his skirmishers and holds his ground. O'Reilly's light troops move forward. Napoleon moves his artillery to cover the French right, and the French guard is seen standing resolute in the center, and Murat is held like a bow being drawn back. Rivaux moves to join him. Late morning combat in the center. The Austrians are flanked. The Austrian grenadiers manage to throw back the attacking French before falling back themselves. Victor forms his line. Melas unpacks bags and recovers his line. Desailly arrives. Bonaparte positions his artillery. Late afternoon. Ott's artillery fires on the French line. Ineffectively. French artillery opens up on the grenadiers. Also, without effect, Napoleon directs Murat to bring his cavalry over to the right. Melas attacks. O'Reilly refuses the right flank. Linné reorganizes his line. Desailly advances. Combat on the French right. The French exact casualties and give ground, but Victor has taken some losses. It's early evening. Time is running out. Ott's artillery once again fires on the French line. This time, the light troops are driven back. Desailly surges forward. Napoleon positions the guard to the right. The artillery fires. Haddock's men are driven off. Lannes' division regroups. Kellerman's cavalry charges the center. It's Austrian artillery and it fires first. Murat moves the rest of his cavalry into position. O'Reilly continues falling back. Melas' troops press forward, and Victor responds. He drives hard into the Austrian left. Early evening combat. Murat and Victor's drive on the left. And the cavalry rides away from infantry squares. It's late evening. There is time for one more effort. At this point, the Austrians have failed to break out. but the French have failed to destroy the Austrian army. There's one turn left and French losses are heavier. At this point you can call this one of two ways. Assuming there will be no significant losses next turn. The French losses are very light. The Austrian have had no losses of any significant, remarkable kind. You can either claim it was a draw and end the game there, or you can consider to a second day. The armies would have kept it up. It looks like Marengo Day 2 could be very interesting. What do you think?